Let's pull down starting soon. And hello out there, everybody. We're back. It's just myself and my buddy Bebeomega coming to you from the West Coast, where we just watched the Splinterlands Town Hall a few hours ago. Then I hung out with Rogue Patton. I won a Possibilist the Wise. First summoner I've won in that whole summer giveaway was on the last day, kind of. So that was kind of cool. I don't have my chat bubble up, so let me see who's here. Oh, and I got to get my overlay UA.
I'm here. Nobody.
Yeah, you're here. You're here, and I'm here. Still, I forgot to set up my little chat thing so I could pull up chat, assuming anybody comes to hang out with us.
Oh, they
so
will.
I'll get that going. I guess.
West Coast, baby. What was it like that? West Coast,
yeah.
baby.
Yeah, something like that. Though you might have just got us banned for throwing up gang signs. So I guess I'll start. I haven't talked to you yet since I did it yesterday. I did make it into Champion 1 on my main account. I had to go on a crazy winning streak. I had to pay like 50k DEC to do it in the season, but I got there. So
I read you around to X.
Yeah. Yeah, and so it was pretty cool. Unfortunately, I was hoping to get 20k of that DEC back. They pushed me down to 52, which was a bit of a bummer. They tend to do that, but I was like all the way up at 35, so I thought I would hold on. But as you can see, I was just barely in. And maybe you remember this because I don't. And when I asked, I was talking to some of the other champion players, and Sinister couldn't remember either, or Tails, but he plays under the Sinister account. If once you get into Champion 1, can you remind me, if I would have played and lost and went back down to Champion 2, would have I still started this season in Champion 3? I thought they said they were going to change that, but I don't know if it ever actually changed.
Yeah, it did change. You start in the middle of the league. From Champion 1, you go back to, I think, actually, you go 2 down. So I think from Champion 1, you go to Champion 3. And if
yeah, as you can see, I am in Champion 3.
Diamond 1.
I am in Champion 3 to start this season, which is good because last season I got stuck in Diamond 1 for a while. The thing I was trying to remember, is it the highest league you make in the season, or is it
no
where you finish?
Yeah, where you finish.
So the highest place you make in the league affects your season chest,
yes,
but not your rating. So yeah, so if I would have played a game and lost, I could have got pushed back out. And when I actually got in, it was on my 50th energy. And so, hey Paul, good to see you. Our first person.
Howdy, howdy.
Howdy. I haven't claimed my season reward, so we could do that if you wanna have a little bit of fun really quick.
Oh sure.
All right.
Let's see what you got.
So we'll start with these, just as a warm-up. I always take it kind of light on that first day at the end of the season, so I just farmed 5 chests. So we'll see if we get anything good. Ooh, 8 summoners. Of course, that's the summoner I have maxed out, the only one, I think. And I got 8 more copies. Well, that's not bad for 5 chests.
I barely see what you... For some reason, your screen for me is like this.
Oh,
but I see cars, so that's always cool.
Huh.
I can make out the
I know what I need to do. I was doing something the other day, and I zoomed way out on the cards. So we'll zoom back in. They're gone, but it was some summoners, and so I earned 90 of these last season. So let's see I might move us. I think I'm going to move our faces off for this. So we have 90 season chests to get through. Should I reveal all or click on them? What do you think?
No.
Click. Okay. We'll start with some Swamp Splitters. 1,000 merits. That's pretty good.
Yes.
13 SPS. 2. Ooh, a Will of the Wisp.
Awesome.
That'll actually let me get that to 5. Ooh, 54. That's not a bad number. First potion, a 15 on the puppet. That's nice.
Yeah. We want shaky.
Yeah, we do want some shakies in 90, but I don't think I've gotten a legendary this season. Actually, I need this silly card. I haven't got very many of him. So that was actually a pretty good reward 10 of them. There's a pack. Potions. Ugh, lots of potions in a row there.
I hate
Low
when I
SPS. 153.
Not
That's
bad.
a pretty good one. 15 Coastal Sentries. We got some Wile E. Coyotes. Oh, first shaky.
Oh, shaky.
Oh, it's
nice.
I get this card more than any of the others. I think I'm gonna have 2 maxed out copies before I get the other ones.
I'm the same with the Kulu Mastermind.
Oh, that was nice. 11 Helioses. So let's see.
I'm not that high on the summoners, to be honest, but on my main.
Yeah, they're not. The summoners are not spectacular. But in really high mana, once I have them at max level, if I get some really high gladiators, got an Urda and some more of them, then it could be interesting to play like Quora and Kachelbra, right? And do like a double team with them. That was nice. 4 gold. Got a 94 SPS. A Noah the Just. My epics are coming through as singles though so far. Come on, we want some like 3s or 4s. That's my 3rd pack.
So hard to level up those epics.
Yeah, I know. My highest epic is 5. I have 1 close to max level, but
I don't think
no
I even
others.
have a 5. I think they're all at 4 on my side. Just
4,000 merits.
Nice, 2 packs.
Yeah, that's 2 packs. It's like a brawl right there for me. Some more packs. Oh, we're getting down here. Oh, another single epic. Let's see.
This season end, I got that guy, the dragon guy, gold foil.
Yeah, I haven't gotten any interesting gold foils yet, but I have pulled a lot of epics. But all of them 1 copy, and then I got the 2 legendary cards, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a gold one gold Rob Lowland. Or Lob Lowland. I don't know why I said Rob. And then 6 SPS. That's not too bad. You know the funny thing about that, though?
That's it? That was all?
Yeah, that was 90.
Oh.
I mean, it wasn't spectacular. Nothing too crazy. 1 shaky. A lot of packs.
Yeah.
I think it was 4 packs. So that was cool.
A lot of various packs.
And I got some merits. So with the last brawl, let's see how many Gladius I can buy. I like to wait till I can usually get at least 10. I've always thought that when you open more, it's better. 32.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, people have different opinions. I just think it's just completely RNG.
Yeah, I know. I have 32,000, so I can actually get 16 cases.
Yeah.
But
I usually open them one by one.
What?
I usually open them one by one, and they're crap. So I mean,
I mass open them, and that's why I have my level 4 Quora, and I pulled a gold foil Quora my last time I opened a lot of them.
Then we say that your way is better. I never can wait that long to get more than 10 packs. I just like when I have 2, 3, 4, I'm just like let's open them. Hey, Virus in the house. Hello,
hey,
and also
Virus.
Janoshik. Hi guys, thanks for sticking out with us.
Virus likes my nickname for the card. One of the things I was going to check really quick on the summoners, gold. I was really close to getting him to max level gold. I think I only needed that 1 more. So that was actually a really cool pull because I'm pretty sure.
Finally, I can see my friend Vozena showed up.
Yep. Vozana's here. Now the party can start.
Yeah.
Let me just double check. Right? I was 1 short. It's funny because when I saw him turn gold and I only got 1 copy, I was like, you know what? I think I only needed 1. So now I actually have him at max level, so I can try out him in tournaments and
nice.
I mean in champion play sometimes and see if the double gladiator stuff can work.
And we have Stock Jockey in the house as well.
Yeah, Stock Jockey's right. I need 5 million more DEC, kind of. I'm trying to sell some cards and things like that, so giving us like another month to get a little bit more money to put into Splinterlands is kind of cool. So
and
as we go back,
Stock Jockey, why you are okay with land not being ready yet? Because Uncle Aggie what?
What did Uncle Aggie do?
What will Uncle Aggie do? Is the
FOMO?
million dollar question. I don't know. I
Oh,
think Jockey will let us know what will Uncle Aggie actually do, aside from playing Dark Country on the
I'm
Splinterlands
gonna have to
server.
make us much smaller if I'm gonna show the text. Sorry, guys. I know I'm moving us around a lot. I'm not a professional at this yet.
It's okay, we still
but
love you.
but I mean, what did you think of the town hall? I was kind of, I don't know, kind of disappointed.
Well, the moment I saw the stand up of the people, I was turned off by the tap call. Yeah, I don't know why. I was expecting each time for Matt to show up, but then Agi told us that he prefers morning shows, so I guess it will be next Tuesday, hopefully. And that's right, Stock Jockey. That was the $1 million answer that Uncle Agi will make us rich. Or me, not me personally. Will make all of us rich, man.
Got it, got it, got it. Now I get it. Now I get it, guys. I didn't know the answer to that question. I'm embarrassed. Don't worry, Charlie. All you missed was me opening up my rewards, and technically, I recorded that so that I could actually release it later as a
Not
standalone
ashamed.
video if you want to see it. So you don't even have to rewatch this whole long stream because we're going to get into talking.
Come on,
But
make
yeah,
them appreciate.
without Matt there, especially because you made me think Matt was going to be there, so I thought you knew he was going to be there, and then he
No, I
wasn't
was
there.
hoping for.
And
It's been a
I was
while.
like, oh. And it was kind of funny because basically the whole company is just working on land, guys. That's almost all we got was basically them just saying, hey, we're working on land. I mean, the
And no
update
new information.
tomorrow, this is kind of interesting. That you're going to be able to spend GLX and GULSD to purchase credits.
Yeah,
That's
make
kind of interesting because there could be some people that are sitting on some GULSD and we're looking to get rid of it, and now they can buy credits with it, which is kind of interesting.
but I think
Um,
it's good for the GOG ecosystem, though.
no, they were saying that you could buy credits in Splinterlands with them, with
No,
both
I'm
tokens.
saying, is it good for the GOG ecosystem that you can do that?
Oh, you know what? I'm starting to just like, we played GLG once here on stream and it was fun. Every other time I've tried to play it, I can't get a match. So what's the point of protecting
Oh,
that ecosystem until the game is actually out?
well,
And
hope the game is out soon, man.
well, yeah, they say that, but Virus says that land needs to come out soon because the longer it takes, the more plots that he buys. So, Virus, how many plots do you have? Just wondering. I know people have said that you are one of the most prepared people in the game for it. You have a very good spreadsheet that you've shared with some people. I haven't spreadsheeted out that much. I started it. I think yours is better than mine from what you showed last time. I have started buying cards and like listing certain ones for rental. Like my current plan is most of my old summoners I'm going to rent out since they don't get a bonus on land. And then I'm going to use the DEC they farm to buy other cards to put onto land over time.
What
So,
what cards are you planning to buy? Spill the
um,
beans.
I did a lot of buying in the last couple days. So the main things that I'm buying are fire cards from the new set, just because I have a massive amount of common deserts,
I
and
have
so I'm
so
buying cheap. Sorry, I'm on the wrong thing and not gold. I was just buying cheap rare um, modern cards. So I have to take summoners off. So I
gold
bought
foil, gold
no,
foil, or
no, because for now I'm just buying them to. My current plan is to try to get enough to monsters, maxed out monsters, to just cover the whole land, and then I'll kind of decide if I need to go into gold foils or not. I've never been a gold foil collector, and maybe this is a mistake not putting more money into them right now. Oh, and
oh,
Virus says he has
oh,
15 lands currently.
yeah.
So, you know what? If you keep adding to that, I think a sweet number to get to is probably around 30 to 40 if you're a long term player of land, if possible. Otherwise, you might not if there's going to be, I don't know, unless you are just going to be like a really targeted resource gatherer or something. But I bought a whole bunch of this card because somebody was selling a whole bunch of them for like $3 at max level.
Can you tell which is card, because I cannot see?
Oh, why can't you see?
I don't know. I'm just seeing your OBS, man. And the chat. Oh,
guys,
the dragon. Yeah, the. So is desert dragon and fire?
Oh my gosh, am I sharing the wrong screen? Oh my gosh, come on, you gotta tell me.
Well, no, I opened the link, the video, and it was showing everything correct. So I was thinking like, okay, I'll just put up with it. And now I see it.
I'm sharing the wrong screen to Bebeomega, guys, just inside of our Zoom meeting.
I know
That's why he can't. I'm like, it's not that little, Bebeomega.
Yeah, baby Zoltan cannot see anymore. Yeah, need glasses.
That was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. So
you're saying that the desert is fire and dragon, the bonus cards?
Yeah, desert is fire and dragon.
Damn it! So is Caldera. So I'm just competing with everybody with deserts as well.
And Calderas are fire and dragon, and so is desert. Mm-hmm. And so I bought, as you can see, a handful of these because they were selling them super cheap. And then the other thing I bought, I bought at the time, we're hiding them, but Exploding Rats, somebody had a bunch of them for sale for the same thing, like $3, and so I bought a bunch of them. Not as many, because these were slightly more expensive than the Dragon, and because I thought this card has less chance of being somewhat valuable in the future compared
I think I have a lot of blood makers.
Compared to the Basilisk. And then at the time there were some of these at the same price, so I bought some of them, just a couple, because there weren't that many of these being sold. But that makes sense because this is an actual good card, so I was surprised people were dumping it so cheap. But those are kind of the three I'm targeting. And then the other thing I'm looking at, did I freeze or did Splinterlands freeze?
No, you're fine. So probably the browser.
Yeah, my browser.
It will crash.
My browser froze. So, hey, what's going on, the People Guilds? I was in I stayed into a stream the other day. And I had to, and I played in a little tournament that they do on Sunday nights, and I had to fight Jangles twice, and I beat him both times.
See, I've been told that, like, I have a secret agent following all that stuff, and he's informing me.
Oh, okay, that's funny.
He's in the chat.
But Kyle beat me 2-1. He beat me to send me to losers, and then we played, and I beat him in the first match of the champion, but then in the second match of the champion, he embarrassed me. And he taught me something that I totally didn't think about, because it was one of those games with a lot of reflection damage, and he just simply used 2 cards with reflection shield and won the game because of it. And I was just like, that makes so much sense. I don't know why I'm so stupid, because I didn't use any reflection shield cards.
They protect you from as well.
Yeah, because I just always forget that they'll just protect you from the thorns and the bounce back. Because my kind of default strategy, and this is going just way off topic to the town hall, but there wasn't that much important stuff. There we go. The browser finally caught up. But the was if there's thorns, use Illithin to add another return fire. If it's return fire, use Mylor, because then Mylor and then make your team anti the other damage. So I could use a Mylor and then use monsters with magic reflect, and now I'm bouncing back everything in the game. But then they just use reflection shield characters, and I'm like, oh, you countered what I thought the meta was. So now I'm like, oh, okay, you just use the team with the good reflection shield guys. and you can still win.
Something new.
Yeah, and the other card I bought, I this is one of the ones I'm still buying, are these two. Because these two, it looks like people aren't buying as much. There's still, a lot of inventory at 10 cents.
Yeah.
And he's good, and he's good. Now, unfortunately, we're targeting the same thing.
Yeah.
But really, it's especially because after you get out of those two for our lands, and I just shrunk us instead of moving us, the next one is all the way up here at Tusk, 4 times as expensive. So
yeah, I managed to swap a few days ago 2 Renovas for 2 Chihuahuas. I was happy about it. But
yeah, so those are kind of the ones I'm targeting. Though I've decided I need to, yeah, and Stock Jockey's right. People are selling some very good cards because they want DEC. It's like I have to slow down maybe a little bit on my card buying, and this is where I really need to go do my worksheet because I only have 5.2 million DEC, and that'll only cover half of my plots with max monsters, a little bit more than half the plots, but basically half the plots. And so I need to come up with another 5 million DEC before I really worry about cards. I'm trying to sell quite a lot of extra things that I have that are kind of like high value, but people are not buying them in bulk lately.
I was trying the same thing, so I know that they're not.
Yeah, because like I have some cards that like the other thing that I need to kind of do now and think about doing is what you've been doing, and that's if I have some Jin Renovas, this is where I need to actually go and do my spreadsheet to see how many I need to hold on to, because I do have some extras, and I could trade them for for launchers.
Yeah, I have so many cards to swap. You're also part of the land channel, right? The Pretoria.
You know what? I'm actually not part of the land channel, so you could probably throw me an invite to that later on. And Lava Launcher is great, Stock Jockey. It's an amazing card, and it's surprising it's so cheap. And Gathering the Magic, we don't know how long land is delayed, so we'll cover. So the town hall basically. Cryptomancer was there. It was interesting, but he was up in the mountains. He started to break up halfway through. He's basically the guy that's checking what they program for bugs and stuff. that is funny, that virus, but they're the same value right now. So everything is really kind of vague. It's actually almost a little bit upsetting, because why tell us you're going to deliver it on the weekend, and then the Monday after you come and do a town hall, and we have no idea when it's coming out. And at one point somebody said, and they might have just said this not being serious or not catching themselves, but when Aggie was kind of talking about like how they should keep us updated on how long this should be going for, he said the word weeks, like it might be 2 more weeks before land comes out, even to the MAV server. And so if that's what ends up happening, I mean, the one bright side, those of us who are not ready, if it causes some FUD in the marketplace, guys, we might have a chance to buy. But Weirdbeard, basically he was, they are doing land. They talked a little bit about Soulkeep now that proposal passed. That is done, and they're basically also saying they got the code from Double Coconut. But it's interesting that they're saying they're getting the code handoff from Double Coconut, because does that mean they have to integrate that code into the game still? Did you take it as that? Because I kind of did.
Yeah, and also probably double check it. It sounded like, okay, they did what they do. Now we have to do our part. But in the meantime, we are busy with deploying land 1.5. So, yeah, unfortunately, as I see it, I don't see Soulkeep until probably mid-September, I would say.
Yeah, and that's wrong, and the one good thing about that is he did point out that apparently the beta testers who got to play the game, I didn't, said the first level was really, really hard. And they want to rework the game a little bit so it's a little bit friendlier to people, so they can come and maybe beat the first couple levels and win a little tiny bit of SPS, and then you have to be good to, get those additional roll the dice multipliers and go up, up, and up. And yeah, Paul Taylor did say that the open bug list has to get down to being able to be counted on one hand to have a chance to get on the Mav server. And they went through that on the town hall, I believe. And I think the number was about 7 or 8 bug fixes that were in QA, meaning that they think they fixed them, and another 15 they needed to work on. Is that about what you heard?
I think all of the numbers were in double digits, but
Okay.
still that means nothing because yeah, how do you know how much it takes them for one bug? So it's basically saying nothing. I mean, basically saying a feeling just to say something because it's the same thing what the example he gave when his kids are asking him when are we going to get there. He said like, yeah, we are like 45 miles away. Nobody knows how long it's going to take us. So yeah, at this point I'm starting to feel like probably we should be having town hall once a month, because it's like last two town halls feels like they were just saying stuff that we all know with very little, if anything, that gives new information aside from with investigator and no offense. I respect the guy, but every time he talks, I feel like falling to sleep, and it just kind of like it
Yeah,
bores
he's
so much.
way like it almost feels like he doesn't want to be there, and like that's kind of a disappointment. I understand that he's like the dev and he's there to go over the dev update, but there should be a little more excitement in his voice when he's doing it. I mean, he is basically explaining us the next stuff that's coming out of the game, and it would be nice to have a little bit more hype in that voice and stuff like that.
He's
Um,
so excited about what's coming.
Probably the most exciting part for me was them saying that theoretically if we get land in 2 weeks to a month, but it was that Weird Beard said they're going to take a look at the brawls and tournaments and take away the alpha stuff because alpha players that have enough of a time of a cookie on that, and so we
Yeah,
could be getting some interesting new tournaments with some bigger payouts or more tournaments with medium sized payouts or something if you revamp those alpha tournament payouts that are huge. And then the brawls, if we don't have those alpha brawls anymore, and the fact that they're going to rework the brawls in general, it would be interesting if they just come up with like kind of a better way of doing it than the way they do it today. Because I know those like gold foil alpha brawls, even my guild only has like 2 people that can do that, and it kind of puts them in a situation where they can't put their cards on land or our guild can't fill those frays anymore. So I'm glad those ones are going to go away.
yeah.
And they'll have the ability to use those cards on their land if they want to, because I know that they're both big landholders. But that was probably the most an exciting thing, other than them saying they're going to fix some stuff. Like apparently Dispel is broken. I knew that it was really powerful now. I didn't know that it was more powerful than it was supposed to be. I'm not even sure I understand how it's going to be
I
broken.
think Spell is working as intended. I don't know. I kind of have a feeling that that was set out of turn, and if I don't hear it from Matt, doesn't mean much that they say it because yeah, that was the whole point of this spell, actually dispelling everything, including Bloodlust and Martyr bonuses. So how is it overpowered? I don't know because those buffs are overpowered, and if you have to put a card just to protect, not so great card just to protect yourself from that, well, I mean, yeah, you're making a sacrifice to try to counter something that the opposing team is bringing to you. So I hope they don't touch the spell. I think it's working as intended, and I'm hoping it stays the same way.
Oh, and we got some comments that just like flew into the chat on me, so I think I was lagging a little bit here, guys. That was kind of weird. But Gary the Magic is saying that Splinter Forge is having something new coming out called Adventure Mode. So I'm gonna have to check that out because, to tell you the truth, since we've had to start playing Splinterlands, I haven't been playing Splinter Forge because I don't have the time to play both games, to actually manually play Splinterlands and manually play Splinter Forge. So I need I pretty much quit that one. Um,
Me too.
Virus is saying he got some alpha from the Discord chat that you will not need grain for clearing until clearing is finished. So that's kind of a nice one.
Which again brings my point that if you use time crystals, I mean, if you're having building in a box, probably your plant should be cleared without that. I don't know. Just thinking.
Yeah, I'm a little confused. Even I think it would be nice. I haven't even don't have a clear understanding of how building in a box will work. I'm actually thinking, from what I'm understanding from them, that there are no buildings in 1.5, and so what building in a box is going to be when 2.0 launches.
Yeah, probably,
I'm going to be able to just instantly get a building. In the beginning of the game, it doesn't really do anything for me because they said that you do have to clear your land still.
You remember also they said that those bonuses are all so cool because they will all give you an initial boost in the beginning, like put you ahead of other players. And if that's coming 2.0, it's kind of like okay, but that's kind of far and away. I don't know. Just we'll see.
Going back to topic here on the brawls, the People Guild says, shouldn't brawls just be modern and wild? And I could support that if it was just like modern, wild, and then
gold
some of them are bronze, some of them are silver, some of them, and then as you go up in tiers, maybe bronze gets taken out and it's only silver and up, and then the highest league theoretically has to be all diamond.
The gold foil of that.
Oh yeah, and you can still have gold foil, yes. And then we'll say a quick hello to Jeff Opens Cards as he's catching up with us at 2x speed. So once he gets here, he'll get to see the hello.
Yeah, he'll get there when he gets there. And yeah, Virus, you're right. It's the power core that gives you advantage in 1.5.
I didn't see. Did he say that? Maybe I missed that comment.
Yeah, his last comment: building in a box does not clear the land for you. It's only benefits.
Oh yeah, see, I must be a tiny bit lagged. I saw that after you.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's okay.
Oh, okay. So yeah, the included power core. And the nice thing for me, Virus, is because I have the 5 Roonies to go onto land, that means that they'll all be working because I'm already going to have a power core. And when I do my DEC calculations, my I don't need that extra, 5,000 per plot, because I kind of basically prepaid it and bought my buildings.
The power core, yeah, I think it was 5. Was it 5 or 50? I think it was 5.
I thought it was 5. So truly, if you don't have power cores, you need to do 55,000 DEC staked per plot.
No, you don't stake it. You just buy it, as far as I know.
Okay, well, you buy it. So, but still, you'd be looking at.
You have to spend 5,000 DEC for it.
Yeah, so you'd be looking at 5,000 DEC up front and then 50,000 DEC staked. So, but still, so you'd add another, couple 100,000 DEC if you have a lot of plots. And luckily, I don't have to pay that, I guess, because I pre-played it. Nate gave us his little flow chart, and the bummer here was when he said that, like, I haven't gone through these, and I'm trying to remember the color codes, but the one that was still needing to do was, I think, orange, and there's a lot of it. So
I skipped that part because I'm colorblind, so it doesn't. The color legend doesn't do much for me. So
yeah, so like basically all of this, these 4, these 3 here, these 2 here, and these 2 here. But it looks like it's like, League. This is like research for universal territory, prefix titles. This is like
probably 1.6 stuff.
This is like its own little bubble they're not going to do till 1.6. Yeah. These look like they actually need to get done. And like these need to get done to finish these, right?
They also,
but this is also, I think, 1.6, like all this orange.
I'm sure, yeah.
So,
and these ones are 1.5.
Oh yeah, 1.6, and then 1.5 is green.
Also, Autofill is not going live until 1.6. That's disappointing.
Yeah, that is disappointing. And then we got the cool new background here. I actually have to save this to my background, so we'll save that really quick. Ooh, it's pretty.
It's awesome.
I save all of these and then I use them as my thumbnails usually.
Jangles is asking that he's mentioning that there was some alpha dropped on the time crystals by Weirdbeard. I don't remember hearing such. Maybe you did hear it. I mean, I told you I was kind of like listening. Not
Do
really.
you know? Do you know what it was, Jangles? Because time crystals.
He said he missed.
I know. I know. Aggie talked about time crystals being a sync. Forevermore in all of land, every single time anything comes with a tired,
I remember.
It's a DEC sync that lasts forever.
I remember there was something mentioned that for 50 time crystals, you can swap production instead of waiting for 24 hours. You can pay 50 crystals and swap it straight away.
Oh, see, there it is. And I missed that. But what Aggie was basically pointing out is we're a full crowd of people that go win, 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 win. Now. And, you know, time crystals are always going to be a way that DEC can get eaten up, and they can always add new things into land and sell time crystals and things like that. One kind of interesting thing they did say also... Gosh, you made me think about that other thing, so now I forgot the interesting thing. Oh yeah, but we had the comment here. That's right. You can now, because I had asked this question to Tails on one of his streams. Could you possibly be somebody who bought lands, cleared them, and resold them, trying to sell them for more? And you can. I don't know if people will pay more for a cleared one, but probably not on commons. But if you have a really high PP team, you could try buying like a rare occupied or a rare magical, reveal that bad boy, and throw it back up on the market.
Why would they not? I mean, the occupied and magic, especially the higher rarity, the amount of production points is insane. So yeah, if somebody can get it with a little, you know.
Yeah, like if you've got one of those teams that's like 100,000 power, and you're willing to stake them on, like buy a land, stake them to it to clear it, and then just relist that bad boy, and maybe like with a 20 or 30% premium on top of it because you cleared it for them, and then somebody else can come in and they could be like, oh, I could buy all of these lands, you know, for, you know, a little bit cheaper, or I could buy this one and immediately start to earn on it. So it's an interesting.
That sounds like a business plan. Selling buying land, clearing it, and putting it for sale.
I might try it a little bit, but I don't think. I think that most I could put together like easily for a team like that would be like maybe if I included a Rooney, it would be like about 80,000 PP. I could probably whip together as a setup with like a totem and a Rooney that always went with these 5 neutral monsters. So it'd be interesting.
The winning will be petty, and you won't want to be doing that. You get bored really fast, because I don't think the profit will be justifying that effort you put.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, just what I think.
Yeah, Virus hooked us up with that comment too about the time crystals, and then first Virus, the first Pretoria landscaping service. I mean, yeah, because there could be some people that just don't want to do it, but yeah, I didn't hear that at all either, People's Guild. But I was listening to it driving home from work, and then I was listening to it with one of my kids in the room with me, like she was hanging out and talking over it, so I missed a little bit of it. But I could tell that overall the town hall, I mean, it was interesting because we learned a little bit about like they're going to get to bug fixing. We learned brawls and tournaments will get redone. We learned Soul Keep is maybe getting a little closer, but we didn't get a definitive date for land, and that's the big thing. That's the takeaway. That's kind of a bummer for me.
Well, I don't think they'll be going anywhere anymore with any dates, because obviously unexpected things happen. And I don't know. I mean, it seemed to me in the beginning when you were talking about it, it seemed to me that you didn't read Chatter's message Sunday morning, but they did say that, guys, unfortunately, it's not coming this weekend because we stumbled upon some bugs and we won't be able to deploy it this weekend. So it wasn't like unannounced. He was having troubles tagging on the maps, but it was mentioned in the map channel.
Oh, I missed that. And then I got on Sunday evening to the Mav server, and Aggie was in there saying that they were working away, working away. And so
Yeah,
I thought they were still, because of what Aggie said, I thought they were still trying.
no, no, no. But he was just saying like it's coming soon, and I understand, and I know people are not happy with it. And to be honest, it was a little bit disappointing when I figured out that we're not getting land to play with, especially after spending so many hours opening alpha and beta packs and surveying land and whatnot, getting ready on the test server. But at the end of the day, I mean, just 1, 2, whatever, 5 weeks down the road,
Oh, that
it's
that was too funny because you buried the lead there that you were on the test server, because I was like, you have alpha and beta packs to open.
yeah,
Wait, you
10,000 each.
opened them?
10,000 alphas and 10,000 betas, man. It was pouring with gold for legendaries, man. I killed it. I make a killing there.
Yeah. You know what? I got to find the link to the Mav server because it's not cached in my thing anymore. But I figured I could grab it later.
Maps-sl.com.
Is it?
Maps-sl.com.
It's just mav.sl. Let's see.
Maps/sl.
Mavs.sl.
Not dot, slash,
Ah.
dash, whatever. Dash. No, dash. Uh, you know,
Huh?
the line
Yeah,
that you
you
put
could
in the middle
send
of
it
the.
to me later. You could send it to me later.
Okay. I'll write it to you in chat. How about that?
Yeah, you could write it to me in chat or throw it to me on the Discord
sl.com.
if you have it linked quickly.
There you go. It's easy. It's just as easy as that.
How come I don't see it? What chat did you put it in?
In the YouTube, like in the channel, like
Oh,
our
you
channel.
put it in the YouTube chat. I went and looked at our private chats. How funny.
Come on, it's not a secret.
Why isn't the chat updating for me?
Oh, see, you're behind. Hyphen,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm way
Exactly,
behind.
Django. Hyphen, yeah. I mean, sorry, American, British, English, stuff like that happens. Yeah. Dash is what I was taught when growing up studying British English, but
Oh,
hyphen,
that makes sense, right? You guys probably study British English over American
yeah,
English, right? I
yeah.
actually listened to, and you guys should check it out. I listened to your whole podcast with the People's Guild. It's one of the
So,
only ones I listened to the whole way through. So it was
oh, I
good.
guess,
I learned a
I
lot more
guess,
about you.
I guess you were entertained, and if you managed to go to sit through the whole 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Well, since we do a show together, but we haven't done any deep dives on backstory, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, and I got to listen to like your whole story of how you got into crypto and how you ended up here. And so we won't go over that tonight, guys, but it is out there on the People's Guild podcast. So, and I don't know why my chat is so terrible.
So, in American English, my friend, so you type maths, then you put hyphen, and then put SL, and then you put the dot, and then you finish with a com. Still
Yes.
tough?
No, it's weird though because I see the People's Guild. The last message I see in chat is the People Guild saying that was a fun one.
Oh, I guess then I was just censored by the server for putting a link. I don't know. I see
Oh
it on
yeah, you must have been. Yeah, send it to me on Discord.
okay. I just told you, man. But okay, I'll send it to Discord
I
as
wasn't
well.
paying attention. I was trying to read chat.
I know.
I heard you figure out that what word you were supposed to take that was the right one, but
There you go. I send it. Oh, nope.
nope.
Wrong window.
I
One
was
second.
like, what's going on?
There you go.
He's tricking me, guys. Mav's
I'm
dash.
trolling you.
Okay,
I'm trolling you. Yeah.
let's see how many.
Well,
Do I have any
it's
alpha
not
packs
dash.
left?
That's the problem. The Django said it's a hyphen, and yeah, I understand it's a hyphen. So
Open.
there you go. Oh, you're not logged in. I was like, wow, you don't have any packs. Poor you, poor guy. But you are not logged in yet.
I made us all big because I thought we weren't going to be doing much more talking, but let me.
Oh, Jeff
I
Open
got
Cards got a hello. I mean, I guess he's getting close to
He's getting close to where we're at.
to catching up
Jeff,
with.
look, I can open a whole bunch of alpha packs in your well, let's see. I have Rift.
You have alphas as well. I opened 10,000. Oh, 10,000 alphas and 10,000 betas. It took some time. And
What's
to
up,
be honest,
chat? You
out
should,
of
should I open some
sure, it's fun. But let me
some
tell you,
alpha cards really quick?
out of 10,000 alpha cards, out of all of them, I got, I believe, 3 or 4 gold foil legendaries on from 10,000 packs.
Can you
And
can open? I can open them all here.
no, you can open 200 only.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not gonna sit here and open them all, but let's open 200 for fun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's why I said it's like tedious task, and I was doing it for a few hours, and then they said, "Yeah, sorry, no land," and I was like, "Oh, damn it."
That's funny. Oh man, look at these backgrounds. Here, let's make us
Yeah.
really small for a second. Man, this is how it was back in the day, guys. Look at
Yeah.
look at these cards. Look at how
On this
little the
one,
characters were.
You can press open. Oh, yeah. I mean,
I will. I wanted to just click on a couple. Let's get our first legendary. Ooh, a Crustacean King. That card was like the best card. There's an
Yeah.
epic. Are we gonna get any legendaries in 200? Ooh, we got some gold epics there.
yeah. Oh, my guy. See, 13 Aurix.
Yeah. No legendaries yet. I just wanted one legendary card.
Well, see, remember, I mean, my friend was and reminded me.
Oh,
but
there
at
it
that
is.
point- oh,
Ooh,
boom.
it's an Angel of Light.
Yeah,
Okay,
he reminded me
let's-
that at this point, when it was alpha, there were no potions yet. So
Yeah.
his chance is actually quite lower. There is
Ooh,
one more.
two lightning dragon to gold dragon. Gold clay golem. Gold flesh golem. Haha, I actually have some flesh golems.
Yeah, you can tease Matt Clark now.
Yeah. He has I have like I think my highest flesh golem is only level 7 because I was here when he started doing that. Man, 200 Essen orbs, huh?
Yeah. It was fun, man. It was fun. I enjoyed opening them, but I was like, I was hoping to get used to use them actually on land, but later.
This isn't going to be that many, but ooh, ooh, gold Minotaur Warlord. 3 more. Yeah, see, for 200 packs,
in
look,
a
it's
regular one, three copies.
Yeah, I got 2 Lord of Fires. Look, that's 200 packs, guys, because there's only so many cards in this little tiny set.
372
Man, 7
copies.
corrupted Pegasuses. Oh my gosh, this card was so expensive.
Yeah, I mean the only
back in
hero-
the day.
Yeah.
That was funny. Okay. We can stay logged into the Mav server.
Go to your land and check, because I think they have maybe reset it, because I had to resurvey all my plots. Yep. So you have to claim these, and you have 2 regions, 10 tracts, and 100 plots. And you have to.
What the heck? I have 2
claim
regions over here?
Yeah, not 3 regions, because you have 10 tracks as well.
Guys, I think I'm just going to be playing this game on the Mav server in the future.
Right. And you have enough DC, I think, when you look at it. This 10 million SPS, if you turn it into DC, you'll be having quite a while for quite a few plots.
All right, let's go ahead and redeem two regions. Deeds registered 2,000. And then let's see. Tracks. Now, if you do 10 at once, you get a region, right?
Well, it depends. I mean, should be.
I thought they said if you do exactly 10 tracks, you automatically get a region.
No,
and if you do exactly 100 plots, you get a full tract.
No, believe me.
To let people, maybe not on the MAV server, but I'm pretty sure that's the way it works. But we'll see when I go and look at my.
No, it wasn't. I'm telling you again. I as somebody that had not the track token, but 107 plots, I knew I had to claim it when it was at the end of one, so I can get 100 on a new one, and I can get a full track. So it was never.
Yeah, so I got 145 and 144, but I got 800 here and 300 here.
Yeah.
Man, to own that much land. Yeah, I just, casually own all of it. And then you need to reveal it? I forgot how to do that.
Yeah, no, you can only review
one at a time, one track?
100 at a time, but I think you should go to the second, like up there where is the view. Yeah.
Yeah, this one, right?
You have to go to owned, I believe, so it can let you select them, not having to do it one by one. Owned up next to for sale. Yeah. And now you can select the track and select all and survey. Yeah, I was playing quite a while until I get it right too. So now that's why I know.
Yeah, no kidding.
And all of this takes time, and as fun as it is.
Look at he's right. I need to come in here. I won't do any more of this on the stream, guys, because I know this might be a little boring. Oh, look, we got an epic right away, a forest, a regular forest. Because none of this is real. Ooh, there's a magical forest. More magic too, right?
Yeah.
Wow. It is kind of fun to do this again.
A good topic of conversation, since it's a very popular one, about research tokens.
Oh, Magic Earth Legendary. Wow! That's so much better than my legendaries. I didn't get any magical legendaries. All of mine were neutral. Of course, I hit Yahtzee on the fake server.
Well, to me it was the opposite. Like I was like so underwhelming this plots that I'm opening, and then I realized how actually lucky was I with my land reveal, because at the time I was thinking it's cool, but I was thinking like pretty normal. But yeah. Once I started opening them here, it's like, man, there is nothing exciting. Every now and then an occupied epic, but pretty much that was most of it.
I didn't even get an occupied epic. My best land is an epic magical.
Oh well, from
right there. There's an occupied epic in this one too.
In almost every track there is one.
And there's the. Keep. That's a pretty cool keep, though. It's on a bog.
Yeah.
I don't think I've actually looked at lands I don't remember it having all this shimmer on it. I did it.
Yeah. Django's, I agree with you. Now I realize that I actually crushed the real reviews. I wasn't aware at the time. Like it was.
Yeah, but I was actually pretty sad because when I went and did my reveal, there were only 400 lands left in my region, and the castle wasn't there, and I owned 200 of them. Not only did I not get the castle, but both of my legendaries were chalk natural, and only one of my epics was magical. Every other epic was chalk regular too.
Similar story. When I was
this is why I'm going to be doing grain. No, I'm joking. And research, because I can't play the SPS game. I didn't get any of those cool things. But if you want to talk, SPS research tokens, I did do my video on something, and people could disagree with me, but the game is called the Land of Pretoria. The Secret of Pretoria. Land 1.5 is called the Secret of Pretoria. The land game requires you to play the land game and do research and feed your monsters. The SPS is not even really a critical part of land. Land is a critical part of the SPS white paper and very, very much rewarded within the SPS white paper. But when you actually play the land game, you're not going to be forced to do anything with SPS and land, in my opinion. In fact, even even occupied land, that today everyone's all harping on the fact that it is amazing because it earns you SPS. It is real purpose is orbs. Is the monster orbs.
Yeah.
In land, it's not a byproduct of it is you earn SPS while you're mining for those orbs, basically. And we don't know exactly how you're going to get those monster orbs. We don't know if you're going to have to like do many little boss fights, because Nate kind of told us in his special guest appearance with us that they have some interesting things planned for once Land Point 2 it comes out, and maybe we will have to go fight on our occupied lands against certain monsters to earn those orbs. But
maybe people have to fight on our land as well, like, because they said they want everybody involved in land. So maybe people will also be able to come to your land and fight some monsters, and maybe you get some percentage of it as, like, I don't know, but they said that they will try to make everybody inclusive on the land, like nobody feeling like have land they're missing out.
Aggie didn't get into it deep today, but they've said the words that they're going to gate you out of certain things if you don't have research points. We don't, obviously, I can't explain exactly how this is going to work. Also, when they were asked the question, could you eventually tell us how much research tokens you're going to need so somebody doesn't get more than they need? He said, well, that's basically impossible to do. So as somebody who is probably going to own my assets for the next 3 to 4 years, probably, the one X factor would be if I can like sell out for like, guys, if I can get like $20 million, I'm leaving. But I'll watch from the sidelines, but that's about it.
Oh, now become interesting.
Yeah.
As Tails appears, I've watched your video. I've watched his video as well. I tend to agree with you on that. I know it doesn't happen often, but I do agree in this case for that research will be important for me. And I do understand his point as well. I do understand that he is saying that he's not foregoing research forever, just not starting with it. But again, I'm thinking, yeah, as much as you can catch up down the road, you can never catch up with what you would have had if you had started from day one. And the cost will be the same down the road too. It will never get cheaper to review those plots. But I understand if you have limited resources and you have to take care of 200 plots, probably you have to prioritize. So yeah, I'm going your way. I'm going like I'm just working my best plots to whatever they are suited for best. Occupied will be mining SPS, Magical will be doing research, the rest will be doing grain, and it will be a slow and steady process instead of everything out of the gate. But
one second. I want to give a shout out to Darkest Night, who just showed up. Good evening to you. And then Tails did point out, as we get into this, that yes, orbs will come from occupied and magical land will start to give you magical resources. This is another reason why I don't want to ignore them. Go ahead. Yeah. You can finish, though. I just want to say hi to Darkest Night.
Yeah, I mean, hello to both Tails and Darkest Night, as well as Paul Taylor, I believe. But my point was, I kind of hated that he said about gating people, because to me, it's supposed to be something that you either believe in it or don't. Like, I like the analogy that they were saying, and I mentioned in my podcast with People's Guild, but I agree with the whole refrain. Trust me, bro, I got you. Like they're saying, like it's that kind of a thing. The research, and yeah, if I want to trust a bro, and if I want somebody to got me, yeah, definitely I would go with Matt. So I was, I was, I was thinking it would be really cool if only people that actually believed in the vision were going with it without their like, oh, you'll be getting like without any threats or warnings. Just whoever believes goes with it. Whoever doesn't just goes with SPS and grain. But it is what it is, and I, for one, I'm not going to ignore research even one bit.
Yeah, and I'm on that boat too, and I'm even going to focus on it more. I might be a little bit like Tails and do a little bit more SPS the first day or two, but I'm not going to ignore my magicals at all. Like, I'm not going to work. The priority for me is my two legendary lands. My gameplay is to have them make food with Roonies, put my occupied lands on SPS returns. Whether or not they'll start with Roonies, but if the returns aren't high enough, they'll lose their Roonies. And then my magical epical will get a Rooney for sure. So I have 5 to put on land. So 2 on the legendaries, 2 on my occupied rares, and 1 on the magic epic. And if the Roonies aren't doing a good enough job, they're gonna leave the occupied rares and go into the keeps possibly, or go into magic. They'll probably stay there for a while though, because I don't really see a reason to get both of my keeps humming until both of my tracks are humming, and I don't see a reason to push them really high. But the other reason why is because I feel like people who are going with the tails strategy, you're chasing early returns. And unless you have a really, really big collection, and I'm not even talking about a collection like mine that's worth around 80K, I'm talking about like Darkest Knight's collection, because he has gold foil legendary cards. He has extremely high PP cards. He can put 100,000 points on a land. He has a Rooney. And so if you look at his production points that he can put into SPS, it's going to dwarf what a typical player can. And so they're going to come into this with this mindset of, ooh, only 20% of land is getting occupied. So I'm going to go into this and my land is going to start earning 5 times more than it was earning before in SPS. That's so amazing. Huge APR. And they're forgetting that it's always going to be a PP game. Who's got the largest production power? I didn't say it again for you because you were starting to laugh. But you have to... You have to know that there's going to be guys out there who have legendary occupied lands, put 100,000 power on it, put a Rooney on it, put a legendary totem on it, and their one plot is going to have 400,000. And that's not including titles. So if they have a good title, 450,000. For how many plots would it take even me to get 450,000 power into there? It would take me probably all 6 of my occupied lands, and he's going to do it in 1. And if he's somebody who really planned to do this, he's going to have a 2 to 3 plots like that with hundreds of thousands of power. Maybe not 450,000 like that one, because he might only have 1 legendary occupied. But if he has some rare occupieds to go with it, his total amount could be well over 1 million between what he's putting into that pie. And then when you show up with even 50,000, which would be impressive, right? For most people, putting 50,000 on a plot is not shabby at all. He's gonna laugh at you because he's got 1 million, and so he's gonna be earning 20x SPS rewards, and you're going to be earning the same as you were making before or less, and you're going to be totally discouraged, and I don't want that to happen to people.
And yeah, exactly, with that Darkest Night and Stuff Jockey both with thinking 100K is cap, but it's a base cap, and then you put all the bonuses. So from 100K.
Yeah. Yeah,
Goes
Darkest
up to
Night. The
400
cap,
plus.
the base cap is 100K. You can still go 400K, I believe. And it looks like Virus believes with me. So the production point
Yeah,
bonuses push you way over. So
yeah,
I don't want to. I'm not a whale enough to compete in that SPS game if people want to go hard into it. But if people want to ignore research, my collection's pretty good. I could put 30K on a lot of plots on research, and I can start working on the research game. And see, the reason why I think that's the better move is because if land is going to be popular and it's gonna get things going really well here in Splinterlands, and SPS is gonna go up a lot in value because the flywheel starts to go, then yeah, you don't want to completely ignore SPS. I'm going to work my occupieds. I'm going to get some. But the big earning opportunity for most of us isn't land is going to be when we get to land 2.0 and as we get into land 3.0 and we start to mint cards. Because when we start to mint cards, assuming everything goes good for Splinterlands, we get 1.5 out, 1.6 comes, we're playing the game, we're getting the flywheel going, 2.0 hits, flywheel starts to go even more, SPS is pushing up into the dollar range, we're bull marketing next year because of the Bitcoin halving post haste in the presidential election, and maybe we're hitting $2 SPS or something like that. And so, yeah, you can get a pretty darn good return if you go super heavy into the SPS returns, but then the resource markets come out and the 50 resource markets just blow DEC, need to crazy numbers. And now the most expensive resources in the game start to get used to make some of the most powerful cards in the game to go play the game, where you can win these amazing SPS tokens in these amazing tournaments because spells and equipment are going to change the game. And that's the huge earning opportunity. Even if somebody only does like 40 or 50 lands, and I am thinking you need around that many to really try to corner the market on something, but you could do all your research stuff and then put it all down one area of the tree and be one of the few people that can like produce a lot of diamond dust or star dust or whatever the heck it's going to be. And then you're going to be one of the few people that can supply that to the people who are going to be minting cards. And from what we understand, even the guys with a region are going to need help, and the guys like me with a couple tracks, I'm definitely going to need help if I want to mint cards. I'm going to have to be buying stuff. So that's that. I don't want to see people get to that point of the game and then you miss the boat, because all of that stuff is going to be the same kind of game we're going to play with SPS. And I know I've been talking for a while, so I'll let you go. But
yeah. No, I want, just because I remember that there was something that I wasn't sure it's exactly right. When I was listening to Theo's video, he mentioned that that research tokens are pooled as well. So you're getting a piece of the pool. And I read the white paper several times, but I always thought that it's just based on your PP. You're getting a certain amount per production point, not exactly a percentage of a pool that is a pool of reward tokens. So I might be wrong. I just wanted to hear your opinion and chat opinion as well. But I've always believed that it doesn't matter how much the other people are getting research tokens. You're getting yours according to the amount of production points you have, and not to the amount of percentage of all the research
yeah,
going
you
on.
know what? I'll have to read the white paper again on research tokens. I was more of the opinion that you earned so much based on how much PP you put on the land. And it was just like every day I'd be earning, 100 research tokens, regardless of how many people were trying to earn research tokens. I thought it wasn't. I think that Tails is wrong on that, but I can't say for sure unless someone in the chat backs me up. I've always heard that the research token thing is more of a race. So if I go heavy in it in the beginning, I can get tens to hundreds of thousands of tokens in the bank, and you come in late and you can just never catch me, and then I can get that title for being like the grand master researcher if I'm number one in my entire territory. And I think there's another title if you're number one in your region, and there's like a couple more titles for like the top 5, or maybe it's just one in top
I think
5.
it's one for overall and one for six, I think 5 or 6 of the region, the
Yeah.
territories, because it's not regionally based, it's territory based. So yeah, I was not sure. That's why I wanted to ask you as well in the chat, because I heard it and it was sounding to me like opposite to what I knew was the case. So if somebody can confirm, is there is a research points pool that you win part of, or you just strictly based off of your production points?
Yeah, see, and Tails is backing us up now. The other day, Tails, I feel like you said there was a pool for
Yeah,
research tokens,
yeah.
and that confused me. But now you're saying there's not, and you're right. We don't know what's going to be gated, but we do know this: the guy that is envisioning land and planning land out, we've heard from Agrod, is planning to go heavy into research. That is the most important thing to him, is getting research tokens. He wants to play the land game. He wants to mint those cards. If he knows what's coming, if he's the guy designing it and he's going to max out all of his researching magical stuff, then I don't think the bet is to go against him. But again, I've said this even in my last video, and I preference this with everything. If you have like 10 lands or less, 15 lands or less, and you just want to try to get some return like in the very beginning to kind of make it so that maybe you can grow your empire or push things further later on in the game, I'm not going to say don't do it. But if you've only got 10 or 15 lands, add up your PP that you can deploy into SPS on those. And if you're not sitting there with at least 2 to 3 to 400,000, in my opinion, you're not going to pull down good rewards. Because I know there's going to be some whales that just whale out on that. They just are. Because why wouldn't they? Those guys have the gold foil alphas. They have the gold foil betas. The market isn't saturated with those cards. They're saving them to put onto land. And they're going to pump some crazy numbers on single plots.
And Tails, first of all, I said that I think that I remember hearing that, and then I heard Stevie confirming hearing that as well. So I kind of believe that if both of us have heard the same thing, it's kind of already ensuring that that's what you said. So I appreciate you bringing the point. I just don't appreciate the way you're bringing it, because no, we're not getting rumors started. I just heard something that was not aligning with what I believe, and I raised it as a question, so I can hear from both Steve and Chad what they feel about what I heard. So yeah, we're not going to go deeper into that, but yeah, we're not enemies here. We're not accusing you of anything. We're all friends, I believe. But I mean, just the tone probably is not quite right, because it was all just a discussion. You don't have to, get all offended. We were not trying to offend you. So if you felt offended, I apologize, but definitely was not trying to start rumors, just trying to clarify something that did not sit well with me when I heard it.
And you know what? I'll say this for you, Tails. You did a very, very good job in your second video of reminding people this is your strategy, nobody else's strategy. Nobody should follow your strategy. And I will admit, I heard your strategy in a game of telephone. Like all of a sudden, everybody was saying, I'm going to do what Tails is going to do and only do SPS research. And I was like, did Tails really say that? And so I had to go watch his original video. And I'm like, oh, I get it. He kind of said that. And I can't say I can quote it perfectly. I'm not trying to do that. And you've made it clear that you've done the math, you've done the research, and you probably know whether or not your cards can pull a pretty good return in your mind. I've done the math for my cards, and I don't think I would. Like if I went as hard as I could on my land, I don't think I would do that well. But that's also because I only have rare occupieds. I don't have any epics or legendaries. I have runeys, but I want to put them more on grain production because I need to feed about 130 plots that I'm going to be deploying. And by having my legendaries that are natural, that don't get any other bonus for anything else, so might as well just make grain on them. to me that's the play that makes more sense. Have those make grain, do SPS a little bit, and then do research so I can get ahead in the research thing. Mostly because I feel like if a lot of other people aren't doing research and Matt isn't in my region, I can probably get onto the list of the top things. If most of my 200 plots are doing research and grain, could I be a top 5? Maybe. I mean, I don't know how many other people are in our
Well,
area
but
that have 200 lands that want to do
you
that.
should be top one in your area.
I don't think I could be top 1 because I didn't pull enough really good
Yeah,
magical
but
plots.
if you're not top one,
So,
you're not really getting anything for it. But I mean, aside from the research tokens, but I think that's more than enough. But also, Darkest Night brought the point here. Do you want to talk about it? Ali selling her
hey,
assets?
me and Tails fight enough in Champion just when we're playing Darkest Night, and no, I don't want to challenge you. You taught me a lesson. If it's you, I should just put up one card and let you win. I played Darkest Night like I don't know 3 or 4 times one day, and I literally messaged him and was like, "Dude, are you done yet? Because you keep crushing my dreams." It was terrible.
So you want to talk about that topic that Darkest Night brought to our attention? I mean, yeah, I knew about it. I haven't deep deep dived into it,
Oh,
but
the alley selling
yeah,
her
I would
assets.
think I would think it was to be expected anyways. It's not like
Yeah,
she was engaged in any way for a long time, and she was just botting her account, and then obviously now that I mean she probably doesn't know that she can still bot it just in wild, but obviously now she's just saying, okay, I mean I cannot bot it anymore in modern, then I'm just going to sell and leave. And I mean at some point when you reach to the point where somebody that was supposed to like it she had such a warm welcome in the community. She had all the benefits of being somebody that is supposed to be a voice out there for Splinterlands. And then it was like, okay, yeah, I'm not making enough money of this, so you guys, I'm going back to my Hearthstone. It was clear at that point that well, she did her duties, and maybe it was a lesson learned from people. I was first very excited about somebody that supposed to have influence in the TCG genre will be championing for Splinterlands. But yeah, it was clear that it was just a marketing stuff. Like did what she was paid for, did a couple of extra, and not enough interest over there. So I
yeah,
think
yeah. In the end, she just couldn't get enough of her crowd into the game, and when they didn't come into the game, she never was going to stick with it. She tried though. I mean, she added a Splinterlands thing to her Discord. I joined her Discord. I bought a little bit of her coin to support her. She was nice. She recognized me and gave me like I actually am in like a special role in her Discord because I own some of her coin. I won't say that I've talked to her a lot or anything like that because she stopped covering Splinterland, so I didn't see a reason to really engage because I didn't care about Hearthstone. They tried doing a couple Splinterlands tournaments. They were poorly attended. And so in the end, I think it makes sense that she would eventually just sell her assets and move on. And to be
yeah,
honest, that's a feature, not a bug of Splinterlands. When you're done with the game, when it's served your purpose, or if they come to you and give you assets and ask you to do videos, and you're done, you have a right to sell that stuff. So
yeah,
it
of
doesn't it
course.
doesn't bug me a lot. It's kind of sad. You would think Hearthstone players would be good players for us to target. Um, but I think Ali Straza is the wrong streamer to get, and
Because she
this
is
is
famous already. We
not
need
because
somebody.
she's famous.
Yeah, I mean,
You
she
know
has
that.
her niche. She has her followers. She has like the majority of people that follow her because of other reasons. So if we want somebody to be the voice of Splinterlands or whatever, should be somebody that is starting, like somebody that Splinterlands will make famous in a way,
Yeah,
because they'll have nothing to fall back to in a way that they're in for the long run. Whereas she was like, okay, it's an experiment, I'll try. If not, I mean, and I have my regular people, I know what to talk to them. So If it doesn't work out, who cares? I just move on.
Yeah,
Whereas if
and
somebody,
if you want to try it again, I think it needs to be tried with the bull run with somebody a little less famous,
yeah,
because you need SPL to be worth a little bit more. It doesn't have to be worth a ton more for the idea to maybe work. Because if you gave somebody a decent collection, you let them play the game, you made them an ambassador, they could keep what they maybe you delegate them good cards and let them keep what they earn with those cards. So a format like that, instead of giving them assets, that way they're incentivized to learn the game and play the game. But then you need SPS to be worth like a quarter or something, so they're actually earning, oh wow, I'm playing this game and I'm earning $100 a week and it's pretty fun, and yada yada yada. I mean, it'd be awesome if we could get it even more valuable than that. But to be honest, the thing with that is if SPS becomes worth a quarter again, that's its own advertisement. So I don't even know if we need somebody like that.
I just think that if they need somebody to be now during the bear, I mean, even though at the end of the bear, somebody that can grow up a following over the game, and they will feel, I think, more appreciative to the game and to the community, and will stick with the game long term, like with promoting the game long term. And yeah, I don't know if you heard if you listened lately to Bulldog's beginners videos. Now that he joined Just whatever that was, but the video was amazing. I think it was a step in the right direction. Uh, I'm glad that he's back at making intro videos for new players because he's doing a good job. So that would be one of example how somebody can bring good crowd over. Because I think after the whole layoff thing, he kind of was a little bit losing interest to really promoting the game. It was just part of his routine, but he wasn't really focusing. And now I believe that Juice team that he joined is something that they're trying to work actually towards player retention. And I think that's awesome. Kudos to
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Juice is Kaggy's product. I don't know if you know Kaggy. He was a big He's a
Oh,
big What's the game that will not be mentioned? The little cutie game that everyone got rich off of.
Axie?
Yeah, Axie. He was a big Axie player. He's still a big Axie influencer. That's where he got famous. But he actually got famous because Axie got huge, and he's a pretty good personality, a younger guy. He's been on Crypto Stashes around the Metaverse show a bunch of times, and he started a team where they do research, and he's hiring other streamers. He's kind of mimicking like the BitBoy model, but they're Team Juice, and they're all streamers that he's having do videos on Play to Earn Gaming. And BitBoy, and it was good to see Boba get into that because Kaggy's pretty cool, but I never really watched a lot of his stuff because all he talks about was Axie, and I never played Axie, so I didn't have a reason to. He got a little bit into like Phantom Galaxies and Star Atlas, but those games never panned out to date, at least. And so, a lot of Web3 gaming is kind of the other games out there in the world have kind of like sputtered and died or stopped, and I haven't been, haven't seen them actually come out and be playable. So, he hired Bulldog, and Bulldog is there to kind of be his Splinterlands player and his Splinterlands expert for that team, and so it reinvigorated him. But I don't watch a lot of the new player stuff. Maybe I should, but I'm not a new player, so I don't know how much it would help me. Like I don't need to know how to win in bronze. I don't play in bronze,
I
so
understand, but he was not telling you how to win. He was just saying the whole hoops you go through when signing up. And it's not that I needed the information. I just wanted to hear the video
yeah.
because
I, I'm
I'm
well, sorry. I agree with you. It's great he's doing it. I'm not
yeah,
saying it's bad. I
I
just
need
haven't
to
watched
say
it.
if somebody asks me and instead of me trying spending half an hour explaining stuff, I say, "Oh, you were interested in the game? Go watch this video. It explains it in a very good way." But for me to do that, I would have to have watched the video and to know that it really does what it says it does. That it will really be helpful. So in that regards, I listen whenever I see something for new players. I listen just to know if at some point I need to refer some new players somewhere, that I know something good that I can refer them to, and I believe his video was very good, and it
Well,
won't
that's
be the
good to
last.
know. I didn't know he was doing new player stuff. I've seen him. He's all over Twitter. I follow him on Twitter and I give him retweets and stuff because he brags about Team Juice and how they're doing. They've been like dominating brawls, but I think it's down in tier 2 because they're a newer guild. But you know they've been doing first place all the time, and he likes to brag about that. And so, it's good to see that you have somebody out there. You know, he's always been one of the more popular, bigger streamers in Splinterlands. So when he wasn't doing as much after he wasn't, part of the team, that was a disappointment that he got let go. I mean, I know I feel like for a little while my channel was getting kind of big, and then what happened with me is I just had to go back to work, and crypto went into a bear market, and I was furloughed and able to make a ton of content, and now I'm working and can only make a little bit of content. And I sometimes I'm disappointed. Like I'd love to spend the time I used to spend doing the research and doing the deep dive videos, but guys, we don't make much on YouTube. We don't make much on the other things. So I gotta take care of the bills and the family first. So the real job takes precedence for now.
Yeah, just I never before like that you told me I never heard. I mean, even when I heard it in his video, I had no clue what juice is. But what you're saying now, it sounds even better because probably that stuff will be out to other Web3 interested players. Because if their whole team covering different games, then I would be guessing their whole videos will be going to all the whole community of theirs. And um I'm feeling pretty secure that nothing beats our game. Nothing beats Splinterlands as of moment. So I'm okay with there being different Web3 content to the same community because I have the feeling that at the end of the day, we are way ahead of all competition so far. That can change any moment, but I think so far we are. So I think it's in our benefit if his content is getting to other Web3 players and they get also some other Web3 content. I think it's a good deal for us.
Yeah, yeah, so do I. Something I wanted to bring up. What do you think about well, quickly, yeah, Jeff, I make a tiny bit of money because my channel is monetized. Um, I could probably unmonetize it so it didn't have ads anymore for the people who don't have like a premium service, but nobody really complains. So, because they don't pay you till you get $100, and I only get like 3 checks a year. So I do not make a lot of money at all streaming. But for a little while, I was getting like a check every couple weeks when things were going crazy in the ecosystem because I had some videos. Some of my gala videos got like 50,000 views. So those ones would earn me like a paycheck by itself of $100. Nothing great, but hey, if every video is paying me $100, that would be something. But
Yeah.
what do you think about what's going to happen with Splinterlands TV? So the kitty was found. Tomorrow, giveaways from Splinterlands TV ends as far as anything good. A little bit of alpha, I'll go ahead and drop. Is that we can give away cards, but it's only from an account with common cards, and it's not mandatory anymore. Like a yes or no thing. It's just there for us to use if we want to do it. So are you going to give those away? I'm thinking about just not for a little while and letting the chat maybe go to see if we can go back to it being like a Twitch show. What are you plans? You stream more than me over there. I'm down to 1 day a week.
Well, since I just read it today, I don't know. I haven't. I mean, I'm thinking that people will still want to win, even if it's just common cards. And if I can give them something, why not? Because I'm definitely not in a position where I can give much of my assets as they're totally not enough for the purposes of land alone, but in general as well. So if I can give them something, beat a common card. I mean, I remember people were happy when they were getting reward cards that were 1 penny each on streams, on Twitch streams in Splinterlands TV before all the promotions. So yeah, I'm still thinking if the chat feels like they want some giveaways, I'll be just doing like do all 9 at the same time, like with my 3-hour block, do all 9 at the same time and be done with it, and then we just go into conversation. Probably, and the 1 hour show on Sunday, I don't even think I'll bother. But 3-hour one, since it's 9 cards, maybe it's a good idea. I don't know yet. I haven't decided completely. How about you?
Yeah, I'm kind of with Tails. The viewership might dip considerably, but I
Yeah,
for a little while I want to do no giveaways because I want to see if I can like change my show to like a smaller group of people who actively want to interact and talk Splinterlands, because like for Twitch to be good and be engaging and maybe get other people to pay attention, I feel like you need a back and forth between the audience and yourself, and you need to be doing something kind of active within the game. So I'm gonna maybe try to do a stream that's a little bit more like that. I even might, but if I am gonna do giveaways, they'll be really small and very rare. Like maybe after the season ends, I'll give away like a pack or two that I pulled on my season rewards or something like that. But it's going to be an interesting time to see if the channel can kind of maybe grow more people who are there because they just want to watch the streamers. I really am kind of wondering, like, is the experiment of Splinterlands TV working the way they're doing it? Because the 24/7 thing is kind of interesting and fun, but we have streamers from all over the world. We have different people with different sets of equipment, different quality things, different languages at certain times. Like I know once or twice, like I'll go on Splinterlands TV and I'll be one of the streamers who doesn't stream in English, and I'll just be like, oh, I'm leaving. I have no idea what they're saying. I don't feel bad or anything like that, but it's such a mishmash. It goes up and down so far. We try to hand off to each other that, like, without the giveaways, if it dips off a lot, I almost would imagine, like, it might be more interesting for them to take the people who they think are their best streamers and make them sponsored Twitch streamers and let you and like have a requirement that you stream at least 10 hours a week or something like that. Because I feel like if you had like some of the better ones, and I'm not even including myself in that, I don't think I'm a very good Twitch streamer at this point, but some of them are, some of the people are really, really good. If they just had more time and they paid them just a little bit more money instead of trying to do 24/7 and just hit the real best times, they probably should have some metrics at when they get the most viewership, and or maybe do bigger blocks or something. Because I don't know, it doesn't seem like it's working to me. Our numbers just, we plateaued at like 100, and the only time it goes up even more is when like there's a really special giveaway going on, and then we get like maybe 130, 140. But still, I mean, sometimes we're giving away cards worth multiple hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars, and we only get like 150 people. It's kind of, I don't know. It's not that impressive.
Well, I personally don't feel it needs to change in that regards. I think that they should stick and try. Like this experiment should be a multi-year experiment because it's hard to grow an audience, especially in a bear market. But to the point where now, after the giveaways are done, there will be kind of the time for realization. And I personally, if we drop down to numbers before the giveaways or even lower, I personally would take it as a personal screw up in a way, because I think in my mind, the whole promotional idea was not to get enough numbers to be Twitch partners. I think the whole promotional idea running those promotion was to give the people the chance to come for the giveaways and stay for the content. So they did the part where they brought them for the giveaways, and it was our job to make them stay for the content or make them interested in our content, however it is. And to me, if the numbers are just dropping to pre-promotion numbers, it'll be like we didn't do a good job. We didn't capture the people. We had the chance to capture them because giveaway is only part of your stream, and then you have all the time in between the giveaways to make your stream worth it for people. Even for people that just came like, oh, they're giving away this thing, I want to go there and win it. And maybe they're not paying attention, but then something catches their attention, and then they start listening. They, oh, it's actually interesting. Oh, I had a lot of fun in this stream. Maybe next time I'll come again and see. Like maybe it's fun to be around. It just, I mean, the reward should be an added bonus. So yeah, I agree on the part where it will be a realization now, whether we did a good job or not. But I'm hoping that numbers won't fall as low as they were before, because I believe that we managed to get some people converted in a way. They're enjoying being part of the shows. At least that's what I see in my show. I see being active and talking even when there are no giveaways, because I on purpose separate things. I give stuff away in the beginning and the end of the show, and the middle of the show is just for people talking about the game, or like talking with each other, and it doesn't even have to be about the game. But this is the part where you can see actually the interaction, how much people are interacting with your stream. And I think there is way more interaction than prior to the promotion starting. And again, I'm still saying to people like, hey, for the next 2 hours, there won't be any giveaway. You can go and do whatever you want. Like you can take a nap, you can walk your dog, whatever. But in those 2 hours, they know that there won't be giveaways. So if I see more people engaging with the chat, even during the times when there are no giveaways, for me, that's still something that I'm happy with.
Yeah, and Virus did, made a comment that like he thought that the promotions were trying to bump us up to get Twitch partner,
No, I
thinking it
don't
would
think.
help us get more people, and then Jeff Open Cards said that like maybe that would have helped for a while, but not in the long term. I just know, like, I joined Splinterlands TV, and my Wednesday night stream got pretty popular, but it's because I was giving away quite a lot of stuff. I had some very generous wheels. People could beat me. They could win legendary Rift Watcher cards because I had a lot of extras, and I was letting people win those off of me if they beat me in a game. It got kind of ridiculous to where, like, I was driving a lot of challenges. I was getting a lot of interaction. By doing that kind of stuff, and then I gave away the level 4 Mylord. It was our first stream to ever get over 100 viewers. It got like 120 or something like that, and so I kind of proved that like a very generous show could drive numbers, but it's hard to keep up with that. It was kind of funny.
Yeah,
I used
you're
to have
playing.
a couple, like it was a lot easier to do that. Actually, guys, one of the reasons I stopped doing that, and I haven't brought it back, and this is kind of silly when you think about it, it's because they changed the way they paid us. It's not because they changed our pay, but now that money goes into the bank account
Yeah, not in.
first, and I'm not allowed to have it anymore. The wife gets it. And then it used to go directly to Hive, right? They would
Yeah,
pay us in Hive, and then
stash money.
I would just get that money and go buy Splinterlands assets with it, so that like, I was just basically taking part of my pay for being a streamer and buying some extra legendary cards to give away to you guys. But now it goes into the fiat world, and I would have to figure out a way to get it back into the crypto world. And I know there's some easier ways you've pointed out to me recently, but once it gets to my wife's hands and in the real bank, she goes, "So we're going to have to pay taxes on this, right?" And I go, "Well, yeah." And that's because I've created some kind of big crypto tax bills over the last couple of
Oh no,
years.
man. No, those are freebies. We don't have to. They're not reported anywhere.
No, 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 no. We're contractors. They're going to give us a W-2 at the end of the year, man. If you
She
stream
doesn't
enough,
need to know that.
maybe if you only stream a tiny bit, you won't make $600. But America's stupid.
Yeah,
So,
she doesn't need to know that, man.
um, but basically, yeah, but yeah, that's my situation with that. Is like, so now I don't really want to do that because it's like it's just too much of a hassle to be like, oh, I made this much money, I can bring it back, I could buy this many cards, and then the reality is too, for me now, it's like giving away anything other than like a few things sounds sacrilegious because I need another $5,000 worth of dark energy crystals. So it's like, I guess I'll start my giveaways again once all 200 of my lands have max level monsters staked into them. But until then, I don't want to do them.
Then you can give away some grain to people. They can be.
Yeah, I know if people want it, maybe I could give away grain. So set your IP to Bulgaria on your.
I can do that. I have actually.
Yeah, I have a VPN too, but what would that do for us? I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't either, but I have banished.
Yeah, because the issue is that Splinterlands pays us in money to a service that tracks what we're getting paid, and we have to withdraw our money out of it. So there's no way we're not paying on that.
Yeah, it used to be straight away in Hive, and it was like the amount of dollars in Hive and Hive being so cheap, it was perfect. It was perfect, and I was so unhappy, like so sad when Rondon said, "Okay, we're going this way with this company. Now all the payment goes through them."
Oh yeah, I was bummed too. I don't think anybody liked it. All I could think of is that they wanted a way to make us actual like paid employees so they can write it. I don't know why they wanted to do that. I loved it so much better when we just got Hive. Was it Hive or DEC? It was Hive, right?
No, it was Hive.
Yeah.
Hive, and it was like not a certain amount of Hive. Our salaries, our payment was not in Hive. It was in dollars, and they were converting it into Hive and sending it. Whoa.
Yeah, so we used to get these like chunks of like 200 Hive to come bring into the game, and then they took that away from us, guys. That's why prices dipped. All the streamers lost their free Splinterlands buying money.
Because nobody wants to go to the process of getting them back into the Hive ecosystem.
They do. They basically give you vector graphics, Aaron. All you have to do is go into... Oh, I made us huge. I'm like, why can't I see the game? It's because I made us all big to take over the screen. So if you go into any card and you go to the lore tab, you get an image with a very simple background to remove. If you have any kind of photo processing software at all, that background is very easy to pop off and you get a vector image that's very cool. And the older cards, if you like the older ones, they actually, their lore tabs are vector images. So this one actually, when you save it, this one doesn't have a background. So this one will be a vector image on a Darkest Mage. So it depends. It's Untamed and older don't have it. And then for some reason, because they don't like anybody with Chaos Legion, they printed way too many cards and put a background on the lore. And I think they actually fixed that in Rift Watchers. Let's look at Aquatis. No, just some of them have really cool images, huh? I think the promos. Where is the promo?
I've never deep dived in that, so I wouldn't know.
Oh, you've never done this before?
No, I mean, never bothered to figure out what kind of images it was like, if it was PNG or GIF or whatever.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, you got to work for it a little bit. I don't know, what the heck did I do here? Let me reset these. I'm like, why can't I see anything? Are there no Chaos Legion promos? Here they are. Because I think Archimus has a cool picture on lore.
But it's still not.
See, and so then if you just save him, right? Here, I'll do an example, like a really.
It's a PNG. Yeah, it's a PNG image, so it should be with no background.
Yeah, and so see, if you see him, the only background is this gray line, and so you just have to remove that from the image, and it's not hard to do. If you need HD, like if you don't have any software, I use this one, but this one, the remove background, it doesn't do HD, but that doesn't usually matter for these. They still look pretty good, but if you were actually going to print shirts, then you'd want to download it in HD. So open. And so it will usually pull away the line,
Yeah.
but you might have to play with it. If you were really doing this, you'd want to spend a little bit of time, but it's not that hard to get a vector image of Splinterlands assets. I do it all the time for when I do my thumbnails, and I would drop images, or when I used to do that all the time for like my share your battle post. They used to do where I would take like the card I used and get a vector image of it and drop it into, like, take a thumbnail like the one you have that they give us, and then drop a couple monsters on it that you featured in the battle, and then you got a nice thumbnail that you made. I don't know. I've done it before, and they look pretty good when you remove the backgrounds. You can use that one, or there's a website called Photophia, which is like online Photoshop. That's why it's called Photophia. I featured that in some of my older videos, Aaron. Maybe I'll do another one for you if that's something people care about. But you have to be careful about using their art to make a profit. I think technically speaking, if you use their art to make t-shirts to sell and they found out about it, they could sue you. They're pretty good about not caring if we use it in thumbnails for their videos about their game, because we're promoting their game, and they don't really care about us using their art to promote their game, even though I do make a tiny bit of money from making my content on YouTube. But like actually selling their art like on shirts and posters, that would be crazy.
Well, I guess he wants for
Oh,
some.
well, the only way you're going to get that kind of stuff, Aaron, is to talk to Nate. But if you talk to him and he approves of what you want to do with it, he has those images and he'll give them to you.
Yeah, we even have some in the Splinterlands library. Some cool. Even,
Yeah,
I mean,
like if you want the really high image stuff, he'll give it to you, but you have to talk to him because he'll give it to you. But Nate's not hard to talk to. If you ping him or message him on the server and you tell him your idea and what you want to do, you could probably even ask for some of the stuff, and I'd imagine he'd give it to you.
yeah, and I would suggest first asking in chat, tagging him, because with a DM opposing to
Yeah.
what Steve is saying, it's very hard to talk to Nate. He has tons of DMs, and it took me quite a while before I even gotten to
Well,
talk with him.
Aaron, you could beg Baby Omega to talk to him for you because he got Nate on the show, so maybe he has an in. But just to introduce you. But
No, because now he's
oh,
already
thanks,
my.
Gathering the Magic. Yeah, I don't really ask for that too often. Subscribe and hit the like button, guys, as we're getting a little bit towards the end of the show here. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah. So if that's the kind of stuff you want to do, Aaron, I would think that if you can get someone from the art team to listen to you, you could also open up a support request. Is the way to get it to
Actually,
someone on the team. But
actually, Aaron, I would advise you to go to Chatter, because he was doing. Remember those posters? He was doing, like, he can make you a poster or whatever image you want with your referral as a QR code embedded as well. So he was doing that before I was thinking of putting some posters in Vegas. I didn't end up doing it, but he was preparing for people that are interested to advertise in any way, and that would be a sort of advertisement with this wrapping thing. So yeah, if you talk to Chatter, first of all, he gets, it's easier to get to because he's probably not that swarmed with messages. And second of all, he would gladly make you one with a QR code with your referral code, so you can benefit actually from it.
Vazana wants us to talk about drinking and gambling, apparently, and they're
I
inviting
don't
you to
know.
go on a whole food tour in Vegas and stuff.
No, I think he was talking to Jangles.
Oh, to Jangles. Got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
if
Sorry, I was
he,
confused by the chat. That's why I was so confused because they were talking to each other and not me.
well, I mean, I just, because I know who he's talking to. I mean, he didn't mention it clearly, but I personally, because it's not I'm not communicating with him only on the stream. So yeah,
Oh, okay.
I can read through his messages. But yeah, his message I believe was towards Jangles if he ever comes to visit us in US. And then we were talking if he does that, he will be like somewhere around Arizona. And would you be up? I said I was going to go grab Vozena from Vegas and go to Arizona to meet up with Jangles. And are you okay? I mean, are you in for that too? You want to come with us
When?
if that ever happens? Well, I mean, probably it will be somewhere around towards the winter, but not anytime soon. I'm saying, but
Oh,
just
I
in
mean,
general.
yeah, in theory, I wouldn't have a problem with trying to do that. So we'd go from here to Vegas and then
And then to Arizona
what, but why to Vegas first?
to pick up Vozena.
Oh, to pick up Vozana. And
Yeah.
then cuz Arizona, yeah, cuz directly to Arizona, that's kind of too it's a weird way to get to Arizona from California, but I guess you could do it that way.
No, I mean, but it's fun way. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
we can stop for a while in Vegas, and then we can continue to Arizona.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I mean, I'm just now because he reminded me because we were talking with Jangles on the stream that maybe he will be coming at some point in the States, and maybe we can do some sort of a meetup. Not many people here on the West Coast, man. There's not many people we can meet, so I take
I know a lot of the players. Like I kind of want to go to. If you're up for it, but we'd have to fly. I want to go to
yeah.
the After Sound Darkest Night one. I don't know if Darkest Night is still around, but
I would
what
love,
were they
but
calling it? After Night, the After Night
after
Fest
dark,
or whatever.
after dark, yeah,
So
I would love to, but yeah, I cannot fly, so that's a no, unfortunately. I have to stick only with people coming to the west side, the West Coast, baby. What was it like? West Coast, baby.
yeah, we got Bebeomega's throwing up the signs. So, but yeah, for sure. I mean, I'd be down to do some more meetups. You're right. I never really talk about them because, like you said, there's not most of the bigger people are not out here on the West Coast. There's now I know there's me and you, so there's the two of us, which is kind of funny. But
Oh, and Vozana is not far. I mean, like Vegas is like 3 4 hour drive, not a big deal. But aside from that, yeah, I think Fat Jimmy's somewhere around here. I think he's in California somewhere. I just don't know where.
yeah, see, Virus is gonna go to the After Dark Fest in Atlanta.
They all that side of the.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is airfare is kind of expensive right now. So they need to get Virus if they want guys from the West Coast, they need to give us at least a couple months to buy cheap tickets. So
Yeah, let's start at given the price. And tell
that's an
them
interesting topic, really quickly before we end. So Aaron's bringing up the fact that there's a bunch of land holdouts who are sitting on unsurveyed plots trying to wait it out so they can flip for mucho, and will start cracking once land point 6 comes out. I think actually one of the things they were waiting for that we found out today on the town hall that we didn't mention before is that um, they're going to do something when land officially comes out and possibly sell the bonuses again at a higher price like they mentioned. So if you didn't survey your plots yet, you might be able to buy building in a box and like the unstable totem and the
for much more expensive though.
but for much more expensive. Yeah. So that would be kind of an interesting thing, or maybe you get much less time crystals or something as a bonus. So, but there's going to be some kind of thing that happens, and so they could be doing that. I don't know about. I guess like because unsurveyed land is only worth a lot if it's in a like if you own a whole tract or you own a lot in a place where they haven't found something good. Otherwise, like if you've got 10 unsurveyed plots in a tract and they've already found the keep, they've already found the 3 epics, they've already found like most of the rares, then people are gonna be like, oh, you got 10 commons, I'm not buying those.
Yeah, I mean,
So
if
you
it's
could
cool to
maybe
hold
get.
them, but as long as somebody reveals something, then the value drops significantly. And
We
yeah,
need Gathering the Magic said he needs a meetup in Chicago or Detroit.
yeah, and Jungles just confirmed that Jimmy is in Santa Rosa, so not
Yeah.
that far. Jimmy.
Yeah, After Sound has mentioned trying to do something in Chicago as well.
Is that
The
still
plan
that's
is
still on the other side of the
October,
world?
the October one in Atlanta. Yeah, see, we need to know exactly what date, Solving Chaos, because unfortunately, airline tickets don't work. Where I go, can I buy a ticket to fly sometime in October to Atlanta?
Yeah, unfortunately. Come on, yeah, all the meetups I heard
Yeah,
proposed
but
all on the
that's
other
true,
side.
Virus. Holding a lot of unsurveyed land or holding tracks right now, you could be playing to try to resell them for a higher price because people know that there might be a castle inside one of those. So,
But if there is a castle, because the moment the castle is revealed, then the value dropped automatically straight away.
Jeff, I'm not into sports as much as I was when I was younger, but I was a big Green Bay fan for a lot of years. So I'd always thought about going to Green Bay, but I don't know if we're going to get everybody else to go to a place that gets that cold. But apparently he has a very nice place for people to meet up with
Where is
seating
Green
for
Bay?
96 people at his card shop.
Where is Green Bay?
Wisconsin.
Is that far from here?
It's the Northeast. Yeah, it's far. It's similar
Yeah.
to Atlanta, but more north.
Damn it!
So
I hate
colder.
people. I hate you people. Why everybody's on the wrong side of the states?
Dude, most people would consider us in the wrong state when it
It's
comes to
okay.
this crowd,
They're
but
wrong. They're wrong. You know a show. They're wrong.
but um I don't know. It's been 2 hours. I think I'm ready to start wrapping it up. You have any last topics you want to cover?
Oh no, I'm good. Like I think it was fun. I think we had a fun show. I enjoyed talking with
Yeah,
all the
yeah, it
people.
was fun just chatting. The town hall, unfortunately, no huge news, a lot of small things.
That's
We
never
were all
something.
kind of disappointed, so
That's never something that stopped us to have a great show, man. So it's all cool. We'll get there. We'll have some good news at some point eventually. It's not that far off. Each week
yeah,
is
yeah.
coming closer. So
And thanks for hanging out with us tonight, guys. I think we're going to start wrapping it up. Gathering the Magic, you are correct. Every single unsurveyed plot could still be a legendary land, could still be legendary occupied, but chances of that are very, very slim. So you want every additional chance of it being something good. So you want that keeper castle not found. You want the epics not found. Mostly because there's kind of some mandatory math in each one of the tracks
no,
that
not anymore.
it's not mandatory if you don't reveal is all, but still the chances kind of play that out that one of them should turn into one of those things.
Yeah,
So
the is I first even if they are still there, it's still just if you open all 100 at the same time. But yeah, it's
and Jeff, thank you for hanging out with us. It's got to be pretty late for you out where you are. It was good to see you. I do plan to watch some of your Jeff reads lore. Anybody who doesn't know and hasn't been paying attention to lore, Jeff has a
yeah.
series where he'll read it for you so you don't have to read it. And some of the lore is really long. So I've been meaning to get around to those videos.
Jeff reads lore while opening cards. That might be the new show.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going to get
Yeah,
out of here.
thanks
You want to say
guys.
goodbye?
Yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for being with us. You are awesome. I hope you enjoyed your time with us and see you next Monday, I guess. Goodbye.
Yeah, next Monday. Bye. All right, we ended it on